आ गया कोई नहीं
लोग को पीछे वाला एसी चाहिए
दोनों ही चाहिए दोनों चाहिए
मेरे को इसमें मुझे और अभी ना से मैं मन कर सकती हूँ इसे अभी ऑफ कर मेरे को कैसे नहीं अभी वो नहीं चाहिए कल वो दिन नहीं चाहिए कल वो दिन आ चाहिए किसको कौन सा है
कोई नहीं है
मैं नहीं है
वेरी गुड वॉल्यूम सुनाइए क्या सीखो वॉल्यूम
क्यों क्या हो गया अभी उसमें से कुछ पढ़ाएंगे नहीं बोर्ड पर देखना और उसमें जो जो मीटर है वो मार्क करना जो पढ़ेगा वो पढ़ना
मिश्रा पर मैच देख रहा था मेरे पर आया दान मच के उठने की तो बोला था
नहीं है
क्या
आज मिलेगा
मिश्रा का मिश्रा का आज नहीं है उसने होमवर्क किया वो बोला था मैथमेटिक्स केमिस्ट्री हो गया बट सो गया
हां मुझे वही पता था सो गया था मैंने एक वीडियो की
मैंने करता था आता किया है बट वो अब कोई नहीं
गुड मॉर्निंग Putting lighter layers, yeah?
yes
First part. Some of the nuclear like Avigna, Akansha, and all other kids like Arya and Aditi.
make
Most of the students need most of the students need they might be coming to us.
one bedroom.
Yes. Okay. In the previous class, we have learned about the Second World War. We have studied about the destructive events in the Second World War. So naturally, the people were thinking about such a war should not be there in future. Already from the First World War also, they were thinking about this type of war should not take place in future. So for that purpose, in order to avoid that, they have formed an organization called, what was that organization? First World War के बाद League of Nations. The League of Nations failed. That is why Second World War had taken place. So when the war was going on, that time itself, the preparation for the new organization started. That means 1941 itself, that effort for setting up a new organization started. And it culminated in the formation of United Nations, which came into effect on October 24th, 1945. Okay, so there were various stages in the formation of this organization because they have learned from their previous experience that these all things were the shortcomings of, or why the Second World War had taken place. So their effort was to avoid all such problems. So that is why they have prepared everything to establish such an organization which could avert a war. Okay. Now let's see how this one that it is prepared. That is the preamble, whatever the important principles, how the organization should work. Everything is written in this, in that the UN Charter. Where it is written? UN. The principles are written in UN Charter. What is UN Charter? UN Charter is that full book about what all are the ways this organization should work, which are the important organs, which are the agencies. All these details are prepared in the UN Charter. Okay. Now, it is what are the aims and objectives. So, next part is aims. So, why this organization is formed? What are the aims? The first and foremost aim is to maintain international peace and security. So, what is the aim of that this organization? To maintain international peace and security. See, and the next one, along with that. So, to maintain. Next, to take collective step. See, why this point we are giving stress? Collective steps. We have seen the first League of Nations failed because there was no effort for taking collective steps. Understood? So, to take collective steps to prevent the threats of war. In future, whatever such kind of threat of war come, that to be prevented. For that, collective steps to be taken. Got it? Now, another thing is that to suppress the acts of aggression. Now, how many are left?
One. Actually, yes. Yeah.
One girl. Okay, to suppress the acts of aggression. Okay, these are related to war. What is that? To maintain international peace and security, to take collective steps to prevent the threats of war, and to suppress the acts of aggression. Now, along with that, okay, it is not only war, then another important aspects are also there. What are they? To develop friendly
relation with the other countries.
See, this is very essential. When there is friendly relation between the countries or among the countries, there will not be any war threat. So that is why to develop friendly relation. Then another thing is that this based on the principle of equal rights and self-determination of the people. So that is why So another thing is that when they are maintaining this kind of friendly relation, they also should respect the right of people and maintain equal relation. So why we are seeing in this way, when we have to avoid war, the situation for war also should not be developed. For that purpose, friendly relation is required. Respect each other's integrity. So that is what the next important. Then achieve international cooperation in solving. See, many of the countries, they are facing the problems, but this international cooperation is not sought to solve their problems. The other day, we have read in Pakistan that much crisis is there, shortage of food is there. Then that some areas they were giving food, offering food. So this place, a stampede happened, and more than 50 people, including women and children, died. That is the condition. We are not knowing about what is happening around us. See, to solve such kind of problem, there is a need of international cooperation. That means, okay, what type of problems, that is shortage of food, famine, so many such problems are faced by our neighboring countries also. So whatever we can do to help such countries, that can be solved with the cooperation. Okay. Next is that international this thing, economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian problems, and encouraging respect for human rights. There are so many human rights violations taking place. So here there should be an effort to respect the human rights and the fundamental freedoms. What are fundamental freedoms? The basic freedoms we are enjoying. We are enjoying fundamental rights. That rights are the basic rights we are enjoying, and that cannot be snatched away from us. So that kind of fundamental freedoms and human rights. Human rights are the rights as a human being. But the fundamental rights are the rights enjoyed as a citizen of the country. That is the difference. Understood? Human rights are rights as a human being. Right to life. Okay. So that is human right. But the fundamental right is what? Rights as a citizen. In a country, what rights we enjoy, that is what a fundamental right. That is guaranteed by the constitution. That is guaranteed to you by the country. So that is what the difference between human rights and fundamental rights. Got it clear? Now, another thing is that to be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations in the attainment of these common ends. So, next is that to be a center to harmonize we have seen all these are the goals. So for achieving that goals, there should be one place to discuss. We have heard last week our Prime Minister have gone to different countries, no? Fiji also, Japan also, to attend that some kind of conferences related to this international relations. So what is that? One country's problem can be a problem of others also. We know that nowadays the world is facing a very serious threat of climate change. Have you ever thought about that? We are now facing an increase in temperature, and already that UN have warned about there will be an increase for about 5 degrees Celsius temperature within this 3-4 years. So Earth can be a burning ball if the temperature rises like this. So that is why there should be some efforts between the countries to solve this problem. And what are the effects of it? I heard that is from a village area, that is from Karjat. You all heard about Karjat, that now also depleting water level. Those people are getting the water from bore wells. Have you heard about a bore well? So for bore wells are made, that is individually, that village people. Sorry. So then water they are not getting. Its level has gone down. So pumping for early morning itself, they were trying. That is for drinking water purpose also they are not getting. So we are exploiting our resources erratically. Means without care we are utilizing the resource, exploiting the resource. So there should be some effort to save our Mother Earth. So for that there should be a platform to harmonize all these things. At the same time, we need to have cooperation. Clear? So all these issues are discussed. It's not only to avoid war and to make peace. We should see in a wider point of view. Clear? Understood? Now next is disarm, decolonize and develop. This is very important. Capital letter I am writing. Disarm, and disarm, decolonize and So this is very essential for the present day. What is that? Disarming. Armament race should be controlled. Disarm, that is weapon should be removed. Then decolonize. The countries which were earlier made as colonies to be decolonized. And the third is development work. And you have to understand this was made in the year 1945. That is why these 3 points are very much stressed, because many countries were colonies that time. Clear? And development of those countries. Got it? What are the aims and objectives? Any point you are having doubt? Now, in order to work out, they have made a separate formula to complete that United Nations work. It is having main organs to perform certain works. Main organs. That means we know that government
Major.
major
Point.
organization का main what is that departments. Okay, in government we know that several departments are there: finance, defense, foreign policy, like that. So in order to perform these functions, there are 6 main organs. How many organs? 6 main organs. Then there are certain agencies to do that specialized work. Understood the difference? Main organs are there and specialized agencies.
So
You
the
have
specialized agencies work under these organs.
no specialized agencies are different. I will tell you one example. World Health Organization. Have you heard about?
Yes.
So it is performing the health of the people of the world. So it is not coming under this organ. Okay. Then you have heard about UNESCO. That is a specialized agency. Got it? Clear? The differences you understood. So these organs are made to perform, that means regular activities. We learned League of Nations failed because this way major organs were not made. Who will take care of this work, that work and all? You remember Second World War started when the aggression started. So who will take the action? When Germany conquered that Austria, Sudetenland, all these countries when it conquered, what was the policy followed by European countries? What was the policy? There was a name for the policy.
Policy of annexation.
No, policy of appeasement. Appeasement. What was the policy followed by the European countries when Germany attacked? That only. So, see, if these countries did not follow the policy of appeasement, this conquest of Germany would not have taken place. They kept quiet. So if there was strong organs to look after that particular activities, Second World War would not have taken place. That is why here they made so much efforts to avoid future war and to make peace. So these organs are the main organs which perform these tasks. Let's see which are the main organs. How many organs I told you?
6.
6 organs. Let's see which are the 6 organs. And in your book, only 3 organs detailed study is given. Okay? 6 organs are there, but 3 organs you have to study. The first one, I will tell you about that 6 organs. The textbook you just give me. These are the organs I am writing. One is General Assembly. Secretariat. Economic and Social Council.
Yes.
These are the main organs. Out of that, we have to learn about this, and this. Three. Okay. So, which are the main organs? You have to learn it. Which are the organs? Which are the organs? Tell fast.
General Assembly, Security Council, International Court of Justice.
Secretary, all six you have to learn. Which are the Secretariat, International, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, and International Council. All six are there. Six organs are there. But in your textbook, you have to learn in detail about the General Assembly, Security Council, and International Court of Justice. Clear? So, what is General Assembly? We are going to study in detail about the General Assembly. General Assembly, in your school, it is taught?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Exam.
Exam also. So, means how many lessons over?
United Nations, War of Independence, 1857 revolt and nationalism, and Union Parliament.
Okay, First World War, Second World War, not over, no? Okay. See, without learning First World War, Second World War, and all, then United Nations, how? What is the order? I don't know. Without learning why this war have taken place, how the war, then only the need arises, no? So there should be some order. Okay, leave it. This school?
7
See, General Assembly is the institution which comprises of all the members. Yes, can you tell? You people have already learned. So, how many members are there in the General Assembly? 193. 193 members are there. All the members are part of that General Assembly. So, General Assembly is the organ in which all members assemble. Okay? Now, let us see one by one what are the important points. So, it is the organ for deliberation. Deliberation, what is that? Discussion take place. Okay. Deliberation. So, General Assembly is assembling to deliberate about. Deliberate, what is deliberate? Discuss about. Okay. Everyday matters to be discussed. That what are the problems faced by the world countries are discussed. So, it is an organ for deliberation. Now, second point, the work of the United Nations is determined by the will of the majority of the members as expressed in resolution adopted by the Assembly. So majority will is taken by the assembly. See, because all the members are assembly. That is why that decisions are taken in deliberation in the General Assembly. That will be the decision of United Nations. Okay. Next is that while the decisions of the Assembly have no legally bounding force for the governments, they carry the weight of the world opinion on major international issues as well as the moral authority of the world community. The decisions taken by the General Assembly is not having that much capacity to impose upon any countries. अभी हमने तो ये डिसीजन ले लिया तुम्हारे ऊपर, तुम ऐसे ही करने का, ऐसा वर्ल्ड कंट्रीज के ऊपर नहीं बता सकता है, बट इट इज हैविंग द वैल्यू बिकॉज इट इज द डिसीजन इन द इंटरनेशनल एरिना. अभी इंडिया ऐसे ही करने का, नो, देयर इज नो पावर टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट और फोर्सफुली इम्प्लीमेंटिंग. There is no power. Got it? Clear? Now,
if we doesn't have the power to implement it on some other countries, then how could we if we have taken a decision and it's not being implemented for then what is the use of doing these discussions now?
देखो, now all of you are sitting. Imagine you are the that is General Assembly. Okay, UN ka General Assembly. So you have taken the decision and you have told that is India. That means I am that is India. I am also there. Okay, told that is India should do like this. Forcefully, nobody. I am having my own integrity. I am an independent country. You don't have the power to force me to do. Understood? It is having that value because all the world countries, 193 countries are the part of taking the decision. That is why it is having the value. But you cannot force me to do that.
Implement. So at least the country tries to implement it or not.
So means if I am happy to do, okay, that much. See, one example only that UNO cannot use like that. Okay, I'm giving that example. Now that Pakistan is conducting that Asia Cup or leader of that Asia Cup. Asia Cup, what is that Asia Cup? Cricket, okay. So Asian countries, so Pakistan is conducting that. So India told that is we will not participate in it. So India told. So Pakistan threatened that if you are not participating in it, we will do this action. We will not participate when that World Cup is there. So the effect is going to Pakistan only. It's not going to India. So now suddenly, if that imagine only, it's not going to happen because the UNO is not related to Asia Cup or World Cup. Okay, I'm giving that example. So UNO may this topic was brought. So UNO's General Assembly told India, you should participate in that Asia Cup because Pakistan needs some financial support. You should participate. So India can tell that no, we are not interested to participate with Pakistan because they are terrorist country. They encourage terrorism, so we don't want to participate. It's our decision. This one example only. It's not that way because sports is different from that of peacekeeping. We have hundreds of reasons to take our decision. Now, that is related to, that is recently another problem was we know that Jammu and Kashmir, that G20, this one summit was to be conducted. So Pakistan started creating terrorist attacks in that Jammu and Kashmir. So who is going to be affected? Anyhow, we will protect our nation. Our defense, we will do that protection of our nation. But the world, in front of the world countries, who is going to be affected? Because G20, the world countries are coming to attend. So they wanted to create India is a dangerous country. So that not to come. That is what their idea. But instead of creating that idea, it is going to affect Pakistan only. Because they are only instigating trouble in our territory. Understood? So the UN Assembly can take a decision. It can warn Pakistan from doing so. Got it? So this is what. So Pakistan can or cannot. Here the example comes. Pakistan can accept it or cannot. If Pakistan did not accept, it is only to Pakistan.
Does this depend on the nation's power? And India is India is like a developing country right now, and its power is also increasing day by day. So what if it's a small country?
See, small country. 1 minute.
A small country which is not developed yet.
See, small country, it is not in the size of the country. Okay, Japan is very small country, but it is a powerful country. Sri Lanka is a small country that is the size of Haryana only. India's one state size only, that one, small country. But in HDI ranking, it was on the top, it was far better than India earlier. Now it has come down.
So, I'm not asking about the size. I'm saying in terms of power.
Power also no. You just want to mean that economic strength of the country. So economic strength of the country, if they wanted to obey that, because economically, if the country require the support of other country, they can accept.
And
because
so all countries have the option
discretion.
to rely on
Yes,
that.
they can.
So it does not depend on the economic strength or the power.
No, it is depending upon. See, a country like Somalia, a country like Sudan, they are economically very poor. Now, if America has to help this country, they have to follow the dictates of America. So if they remain like that, that means no, we will not obey this one. So their economic condition is going down, poverty, starvation, famines, epidemics, everything. So if a country wanted to protect the life of the people, they will definitely. That's it. It all depends upon that the confidence of the country's governments, whether to that they can remain in the competition or not. So that is why India is emerging as a stronger power. So it is telling that we don't want to. Understood. But that weaker countries like African countries, they are forced to. Yeah. Now this point is clear to you. That is deliberation. And second point, what I have told you, that is the work of the United Nations is determined by the will of the majority of the people. Then, yes, correct. Member countries. Yeah. While the decision of the assembly have no legally binding. What is that? It is not having that legal status, but it is accepted as an organization's order. It is having the weight. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how it is composed of? So, how many members are there?
190.
So, all members, all member nations. All member nations send how many? 5 representatives. Okay. And how much vote? One vote. Clear? All member nations send how many members? 5 members. And each country have one vote only. 5 members are there, but voting right only for one member. Is it clear? Now next one is that the regular session. So every year the regular session what is that? The third week
Of September.
to
Mid-December.
mid-December or third week? That is
Mid-December.
third Tuesday of September. Third week, no, third Tuesday to that third week. Okay. Why third week? We know that Christmas is one of the important, internationally celebrated. European nations, they used to have that is more than 1 month holiday for that. Okay, so that is why third week में खत्म करके फिर उसका वो Christmas का celebration or whatever is there, their holidays are. So it will continue from that is third Tuesday of September to third week of December. That is what the session continue or the session take place. Despite the boy that Raj, that boy, one small boy.
Yes, small boy.
So he used to sit on the first bench. Is he coming for other classes? Yesterday also. Okay. No, I remember that one day he was present.
Yes.
So that day I told that is he got a meeting or like that. Some example I told. So that is why I used to tell that is everyone, no? That is an example I used to give. No? So I thought that he also got, no? So then, yeah. Hitler I made. That is what. So whether that hurt him or not, not like that. No, I was giving example of
He has not been Germany.
No. I felt that afterwards I did not find. One day only he came. That day he become Bakra. First bench he was sitting and I was giving that example. Okay. So no problem. No. It's like that only. I got this. Not that after this. Now, if you are feeling, when I am giving that example, I am taking that example of like that. If you are feeling, you have to tell her, madam, don't use my example.
All teachers agree.
All teachers agree. Okay. Now what happened? Beginning of the each session. So September third Tuesday, when it start its session, what they are doing? First session, what is that? Elect a new president and then new president, then 21 vice presidents and chairman. What is the duty of that chairman? One who chairs that meetings. So every time they go on changing that chairman. Okay, so that is why chairman for the sessions. Then assembly, 6 main committees. That here this General Assembly is having separate committees to look after different functions. All 6 committees का chairman को भी elect करता है. So what a president, 21 vice presidents and a chairman for how many committees?
6 committees.
6 committees. Okay. Now another equitable equitable geographical representation. The presidency of the assembly rotates each year among 5 groups of states. So how many groups of states? 5 groups of states. What does it mean? Different regional variation is there. So that means Latin America, that Africa, Asia, Far East Asia, like that. Different. That is how many? 5 groups of. So it rotates. So every part, every region should get the representation.
So 21 vice presidents and chairmen are also elected at
this one is president will be elected, 21 vice presidents and chairman for 6 committees. Okay. Now the first meeting itself, because it has to continue for 3 months, September, October, November, December. So the 3 months means here it starts from the 3rd Tuesday onwards. So the 3rd week. So means now next one is that special sessions are convened by the Secretary General at the request of the Security Council. Now special sessions. Why special sessions are convened at the request of who is Secretary General? See, one most important organ of UNO is Security Council. Security Council का head है Secretary General. This person is the most important authority of UNO. Understood? Who is the most important authority? Secretary General. So Secretary General will inform the General Assembly to convene special. Because it consists of 193 countries. So all countries' participation is required. So some emergency decision have to be taken. Then special sessions can be called. Clear? So why special session? One example. Russia attacked Ukraine. So that time some decisions that now which month is going on? May month. Okay. So May month that session is not there. So some emergency situation arise. It can that Secretary General can call that General Assembly to have its meeting to take some special decisions. Clear? Now, what are the functions. So this, the first organ we have seen, General Assembly, how it is composed of, what way that things are taking place. What are the functions? The first function of the General Assembly is that General Assembly to consider and make. You just tell me, I'll write to
Consider
And
make
recommendations.
recommendations. Recommendations
On the principles of the cooperation in the maintenance
cooperation in the maintenance of
international peace and security.
yes. What happened?
IC.
Yes, you want. Yeah, it is working. That is not working. It's working, no? Light is blinking. It is not working. No, something there also that it is becoming hot and all. I don't know. Just it's not having. No, go and take.
Okay, which you can
Yes, yes. See, you just call him. He has to tell all the points now. Now each point you have to tell. Because no, every this thing, no, different lessons I am teaching. So it's very, it's very difficult for me to recollect all the things. Yesterday that president and vice president, I have told him that copper family. So that is why this is. What is the next point? Tell me fast.
To discuss any questions related to international peace and security.
To discuss any questions related to
International peace and security. And to make recommendations.
security.
Security and to
Tell.
make recommendations.
See here 1 and 2 we have seen consider and make recommendations. So always that recommendations only it is doing. It is not a giving order. It is making recommendations on the principles of cooperation in the maintenance of international peace. So priority is international peace and security. In that case, it gives suggestions and recommendations. Then discuss any questions related to international peace and security and to make recommendations. So all these times, any matter related or affecting the international peace will make recommendations and discuss that matters relating to international peace. See, priority is for international peace, not about the peace of one region or like that. Whether it affects the peace of the world. Third point. Tell. What is the third one?
Again, to discuss and make recommendations on any question within the scope of the charter or affecting the powers and functions of any organ of the United Nations.
See, what is written in the charter? That charter ka any of the points are discussed or discuss any points related or that included in the charter, and then what is that? Security except where the dispute in the situation is currently being जो point security council में discuss करते हुए वो टॉपिक में नहीं जाएगा, बाकी any that points are discussed.
What is the meaning of charter?
UN Charter is that booklet constitution of UN. Yes, got it? Initiate, sorry, what is that? Initiate the studies and make recommendations to promote international political, social and economic cooperation. Initiate, what is the meaning of initiating? That means create a condition to develop all these things. That is what is starting. To make recommendations for the peaceful settlement of dispute. That also, as this many members are there, it is a kind of platform to discuss. So each countries are having their own reasons. See, when Russia attacked Ukraine, it is having its own reason. But other countries are having their reasons to support Ukraine. Understood? So, when two of you are fighting, you both are having your reasons for fighting. The others, when I am saying, why you initiated the fight? So I am asking. So then you are telling that no, I have done. He only started. So means the countries are having their own reasons, and this is a platform to discuss and give their opinion to avoid such a situation. Already we have seen it is recommending only. It is not ordering. It is not a platform to order. Understood? So it is giving recommendations. Next one, to receive and consider reports from the Security Council and other organs of the United Nations. So Security Council and other organs are submitting the reports, because in Security Council maximum 15 members are there. So this is only organ in which all the members are there. So when 15 members are assembling, 15 members are submitting the reports, that reports to be considered. That is what the next. Then to consider and approve the budget of the United Nations and to apportion the contribution among the members. See, what is that? How the UNO earlier League of Nations failed because it was not having any fund. Now UNO is having a fund. That is what apportion. It is having a budget. So that budget will be sanctioned and decide about the contribution of each country. Now we know that the countries like Somalia, the countries like Sudan and all may not be able to contribute that. Yes.
Countries are giving taxes.
Taxes, no, their share is there. because each country have to contribute according to their capacity. That is decided by the General Assembly. Okay. For example, India is giving its contribution plus it is always supporting in the military actions. Means it is having the largest army strength. So for making peace, it is sending its forces. So what way each country have to work, that decision is taken. Got it? Clear? Now next one is that to elect the non-permanent members of the Security Council, Economic and Social Council and the Trusteeship Council, and to elect the judges of the International Court of Justice. We have learned about other organs. So Security Council में 15 members are there. Out of that, 5 members are permanent members. Okay, how many permanent members? 5 permanent members. What? No, India is not there. That is the attempt is to get membership. Majority of the countries are supporting, but Pakistan is opposing. We know that.
Gave that responsibility to India, but India gave it to China.
No, it's not like that.
China started.
No, China was given the membership, permanent membership very early. 1950 itself, it was given that permanent membership. What was the reason? One is that China was having communist this thing. So USSR backed it. Means supported that one. So it is about that further part we will learn about veto power and all. So that time I will discuss about it. So now there was some great effort to include India. So many meetings, so many voting, so many things happened. So what is the problem? Nobody was there in that is against India getting. Only Pakistan, that is natural, this one. So that can be ignored. Out of that 193, if one Pakistan is opposing, that's not a big problem. So, but the main problem is that, Germany is there, it's a big power. Japan is there, equally big power. Then if it has to be increased like that, then Africa, no country is there. Latin America is also. So then it has to be expanded in that form. By including Germany, including Japan, then at least one African country, that is from the continent, you know. One African country to be represented or Latin American country. So then the number should be in a different format. So that the structure itself have to be changed. That is why it is in the same, what is it, cold storage now. So many years it was very active, but now it is kept in the cold storage. Because that all the formats, if India is given the membership, a permanent membership, naturally Germany will demand. Japan, of course, it is also a superpower like in the Asian continent. So then African continent itself will demand. That is why we are orphans or not. So Latin America also to be. So this way a combination have to be made, then finalize that increasing that strength. Clear? Now we have seen that all the important organs, first of all, that non-permanent members to be elected. That is for that is how many years? 2 years. So for 2 years that non-permanent members to be elected. Then Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council members to be elected. And lastly, judges to the International Court of Justice. So all these elections are also the duty, the function of whom? General Assembly. Next important function is to appoint Secretary General on recommendation of Security Council. Secretary General is the most important authority of the United Nations. So that on the basis of the recommendations of Security Council, Secretary General is to be elected. Then under the Uniting of Peace resolution adopted by General Assembly in November 1950, the Assembly may take action if the Security Council, because of the lack of unanimity of its permanent members, fails to act in case where there appears to be a threat to the peace, breach of peace, or act of aggression. See, here comes that point. See, Security Council, 5 members are having veto power. Okay. Then 10 members are there. 10 non-permanent members. So now, if a decision is to be taken, and because of that veto power of that 5 members and some more members from the 10 members, if they are not able to reach that time, General Assembly is having the power to take decision to maintain the peace. Got this point? See, 5 permanent members are having veto power. What is veto power? To accept or reject any decision. Their veto power is very important. If one country out of this 5 reject it, that decision cannot be taken. Okay. All 5 members have to agree. Permanent members. Now, there is an emergency decision to be taken regarding the threat of peace. Okay. Now, they are not able to reach 15 members. That is, I think 9 votes are required. 5 plus here 4. So, in that case, that 9 is not reaching. But the matter is very urgent. In that case, General Assembly can take, that means a common meeting, and in that they can take the decision. Only regarding the threat of peace. Clear? So, again, we may be having doubt. Why? Ukraine is attacked by Russia, and why action was not taken against Russia? If such a power rests with. But it's all a matter of that is supremacy of that Russia. So nobody is in a condition to take action against such a powerful country. So that is why. So that. But the other day, somebody asked about this one again. I tell you, when I recollect about South Korea, that a dictator. Who is that? Kim. North Korea.
Yes, South Korea.
South Korea is
Kim Jong.
Okay. So somebody was asking about that dictatorship. Why this UN is not taking action or like that. But that dictator is not interfering in world politics. No, is he attacking? No, he is keeping quiet and satisfied with that eating up and this thing, enjoying their life. So that is why there is no need to take action. And he is a dictator. But a dictator in his own territory, people are accepting him. There's no problem. That problem is not coming in the world politics. So that is why let him be happy. But the condition of Russia, condition of Ukraine, condition of Serbia, condition of that Yugoslavia, all these countries are completely different. So the world countries have to take action in such cases. So that when such a situation come, General Assembly can interfere. That is what or take action. Next important point, while the Security Council is exercising the functions assigned to it, in the charter, in respect of any dispute or situation, the General Assembly shall not make any recommendation with regard to that dispute or situation. See, when Security Council is in action, that means taking action, that time General Assembly is not required to take. Got it?
Yes,
So General Assembly can take action when that there is a big threat of peace and here that 15 members are not reaching in a kind of solution, then they can. But Security Council is already taking action. That time there is no need for General Assembly to interfere. Got it? The easy 5 points you have to learn, not all. The Assembly is empowered to consider the matter immediately with a view to making recommendations to members for collective measures, including the use of armed force. What is that? They are empowered to consider the matter immediately with a view to making recommendations to members for collective measures. See, when there is a need to take a collective action or use of force, because UNO is not having any army of its own. Do it have any army? No. Its members are supplying army. I have told India has got that much this thing from appreciation from UNO for sending its army in times of need. Okay. So then, if such an action is required, what is that? General Assembly only will call for that action. Got it? आर्मी को उधर भेजने का जरूरत पड़ेगा तो कौन लेता है एक्शन? जनरल असेंबली. Okay, clear? Now the next one we have to study is about Security Council. Yes. Now let us discuss something about what all things we have already. Okay. जनरल असेंबली के बारे में आप क्या सुना आज? One by one, let us see that what all things you have learned. First, I'll give everyone chance. What is the aim and objective of General Assembly?
Maintain peace
Hmm.
and security.
International peace and security. Then cooperation based on the UN's aim is to avoid war. Okay, but the General Assembly का priority है international cooperation, peace and security based on international cooperation. Okay, this for implementing that it is working as a platform. Okay. Now, next, can you tell what are the the functions of the General Assembly? So many functions we have. I wrote only two. Try. Try now. You can read also.
To recommend the countries about the international peace and security, but not to implement.
It is not having the authority to implement it. It can make recommendations for the maintenance of international peace and security. Okay, next.
To discuss questions about international peace and security.
So it is the platform for discussing because it is meeting that is annually that particular time, September to December it is meeting. So it will discuss about the threat of international peace and security. Okay.
To approve the budget of the United Nations and to apportion the contribution among the members.
Yes.
Good. Make recommendations on the basis of peacefully settling disputes.
Okay. Yes.
To take military actions against aggressors.
Military actions, how that you can that is I'll give no, because that too when coming. No, he was preparing for the next point you said, huh? So that is tell them. So what is that? Elect which all councils members, International Court of Justice, that Security Council का है. Then one more, trusteeship council. Okay, next step.
To appoint the Secretary General on the recommendation of the
Security
Council.
Okay, you.
To discuss and make recommendations on the scope of the charter.
Yes, okay.
Make recommendations to promote social, political and economic cooperation.
Yes. So you understood what all are the. So it is that main platform. You have to understand when our parliament is meeting. Parliament consists of members from all the regions, all the states. So that parliament is having more power because they are discussing all the matters. Okay, then only they make the laws. Just one that is the Council of Ministers or that the Prime Minister, when without discussing the Parliament, if they make any laws, the practicality of that one is less compared to that decision taken by the Parliament. The same way. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move to Security Council. Already some of the points we have discussed.
Security Council consists of 15 members.
15 members including 5 permanent members. Okay, can you tell me who are the 5 permanent?
USA, Russia, UK, France, and
China. Okay.
France,
USA, France, China,
Russia,
China,
France,
China. हमें UK हो गया ना?
UK हो गया. So that is what see. Now this and this are communist countries.
Yeah.
The other 3 are capitalist countries.
Yes.
Combination you see.
Yes.
So that is why these countries, when they are having the power of veto means accepting or rejecting any of the decisions. So when these countries are having that veto power, when capitalist bloc agree means the communist bloc disagree. So it is very difficult to reach any kind of final decision. When the recently that problem when it is started, the attack on Ukraine, so the UK, USA and France was supporting Ukraine, and here China was supporting Russia. So because of that, that is why this country was not having any, this problem is not having any solution. But just imagine if that was happened to a smaller country of Africa, immediately all will jump upon that one and find a solution because they can suppress. All five will agree upon. But if that problem is towards one Latin American country, which is a communist country, then these two will support that country and other three will be against. This is what the main problem related to that formation of UNO, the structure of UNO. In that place, imagine if India was made as a permanent member, immediately many of the problems would have been solved. Because we know that India is following a path neither with a capitalist country nor with the socialist country. It is having the power to take a strong decision of its own. That is why non-aligned movement was formed. Not to align with any power. So, in times of crisis also it did not. That is why it is having a kind of friendly support with both these blocks. You know that in any situation when India was going through, so it used to get in order to release that people from Ukraine. No other country got the help of China, Russia. Through Russia, India brought the people. The same is acceptable to that Syria. Just now that the Syria problem is going on. So Indian people were released through the Gulf countries. So that is why I told if India was made a permanent member, then many of the problems would have solved. And another thing is that anyhow, to this many years, this organization was a success. Did not fail in achieving its goal. Third World War was averted. Cold War situation is no more. So, all to a certain extent, it was successful. Now, let's see that the Security Council, you told us what is the composition? 15 members, 5 permanent members, and 10 members are elected by whom? Who elected the 10 non-permanent members? General Assembly. So, for a period of 2 years. Okay. Now, regional, this thing is given. That is 5 regions. Which are all the regions? Afro-Asian countries, 5. How many?
5.
Latin American countries, 2. West European and other countries, 2. East European country 1. This is what the composition. So Afro-Asian countries 5, Latin American 2, West European and other countries 2, and East European countries. This combination you have to remember. Okay. The 10 non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly by a 2/3 majority for a term of 2 years. A retiring member is not eligible for immediate re-election. See, why? For example, Afro-Asian country. Okay, one term is given, and from Africa, the member already 5 members are there. That from Africa, that one person is retiring, or that one Asian country. So now Asian country, many countries are there. So the chance will not come to the same country immediately. After completing the cycle, then it may get the second chance. The same is the case African countries also. After completing the chain, then it may get second chance. So you don't think that India is a powerful country. India is very important or dominant power in international politics. So India could be re-elected like that. No, India cannot, because many countries of Asia, out of that the chances for 2 countries. So India will get a chance after the rotation. Understood? But in case the other Asian countries suggest that we want India to be a member, that kind of condition India can get.
Now, did it happen?
Some of the occasions it happened.
Yes, yes.
Because smaller countries, they don't have that capacity to support that UN actions. So India to be. That means they are suggesting that we want India to be that.
This Asia is sending India as a representative for each and every time, like how you said conditions like these. Then why doesn't UN or the US doesn't make as a permanent member?
See, it is not now. It all should require that charter should be changed. Means amendments to the charter to be made.
That cannot happen.
That is very difficult. I told you that the suggestions are there. Germany wanted to be a permanent member. Japan also wanted to be a permanent member. Then naturally that African and Latin American countries also will demand. So only by including India, then it is like a partiality. You just imagine that southern hemisphere is not represented. You just world, you just take, there's all the countries in the northern part only there. America is from here, that Britain, France, Russia, China. All 5 are from the northern part. So then, this part, the whole world, that is why I use the word orphans or not. They also should get equal representation, no? So that is why India was also demanding. You can include that India by increasing the strength. So that at least 10 members you make as permanent members.
So one of the countries from the southern hemisphere did not quarrel with you and United States things that we get included in the at least in the permanent house. You are not giving us.
See, African countries were not independent at that time when the UNO was formed. Latin American countries were weak because of that exploitation of these European powers. So nobody at that time were demanding for that. We don't want that one because dominant economic powers they made the rules and regulations. Huh? See, sometimes what I'm giving example only. In the school, what is happening? Okay, to this one, your test will be there. Madam, next week में करेंगे अभी ये subject का है. No, this test will be there. Means it is one sided only. Your needs are not considered. So this is the way many of the actions are taken.
विशेष बॉल है नहीं कल आज शाम को खेलना है क्या हाँ खेलते ना आ रहा है हाँ क्यों बीमार है अरे वो 6 महीने उसके खाने 9 महीने अच्छा मुझे आ रहा है क्या तू क्या है वो उसके अंदर बना के लाया किसने बना के लाया ये क्या है मैं क्या बोला मैं बोला क्या इसलिए तो तू क्या लाया तू क्या कर रहा था ये तो सही बोल कोई ना भूखा मर आयुष रशियन देख रहा है आयुष नहीं रशियन चलना बात कर रहे हो कैसे अरे बहुत कूदा है मैं ना 3-4 लड़कों को अरे क्या हाँ कुत्तों चलना अरे तू यहाँ पर यहाँ से यहाँ तक कूदा उसकी सीधा बाजू में आके खड़ा हो गया चलना जल्दी चल रहे अरे आप ये देखते क्या ठीक है ए मिश्रा वो बाद में कर चलना खाना कैसे बनो तीनों एक साथ चलो एक नेक्स्ट मार मैं तेरे को गोली मार दूंगा चल इसने चप्पल उतार के बैठा ना मैं नहीं आ रहा अरे क्या दोनों लोग जाओ ना उल्टी कर दिया समझ गया ना दूसरा करना है 15 मिनट नहीं ब्रेक क्या अल्लाह चलो मुझे सब बोल दीजिए आलू तो ऐसे भी बैठा है देखा है चल रहा उठेगा बाय बाय नहीं यार हम याद रखेंगे मैं गाली दे रही हूं
क्रिस गेल का स्टेटमेंट था ना
क्या
क्रिस गेल का स्टेटमेंट क्या मुंबई को पहली बार मैंने रोका नहीं
हाँ
मुंबई
ये बाहर हो जाती है
सब टीम मिलकर मैंने मुंबई को हार गिरा
चलो
मुझे तो बहुत मुश्किल है अरे वो आरएनटी
और कम करने है पाइथन और विश्राम क्या ना
आज टू इयर्स आज ना आई दूसरा क्या है मेन ट्रेनिंग
ये 4 में से 3 तो मुंबई इंडियंस से ही है भाई वो पांड्या जानबूझ के उसने विराट कोहली भाई जो हंस रहा था वो बेचारे वो सुमन गिल को सब गालियां दे रहे हैं उसके बहन को इंटरेस्ट दे रहे हैं सॉन्ग आ गया अरे उसकी शादी पक्की होने वाली है राज कैसे नहीं हो रहा है
4 साल हो गए नहीं देखा
ये वाले ये खेल रहा था भाई मैं जो मुंबई और हैदराबाद का मैच खत्म हुआ ना मैं खुश हो गया भगवान के पास गया मैं गणपति का आरती लगाया ये करने लगा भाई मैं 3 मंदिर गया था उस दिन भगवान से मांगा था आरती को हरा दो ठीक है जब तक पढ़ेगा नहीं तब तक पढ़ेगा नहीं लखनऊ से कड़क मारा रहेगा लेकिन वो पूरा मारा इसको मैंने वीडियो भेजा था ना गुजरात का यार डबल ट्रिपल वी कैन इजीली विद आवर टाइगर
अरे सबसे ज्यादा ये दोनों आईपीएल जीते इसलिए दोनों को
मुंबई से दोनों ने मुझे दोनों
मेरे पापा ने
मतलब दोनों के मिला के
मतलब ये दोनों आ रहा है मतलब गुजरात आ
I
रहा
was born at
क्या भी गुजरात आती है
on 20
प्लेयर ऑफ एक दिन छोड़ेगा
मुंबई का सेकंड
मैंने से 2 ईयर पढ़ी
नहीं है मैं बता रही है
उनका इमिग्रेट
2010 में ना I'm sorry.
अरे
And expect your
ऐसे क्या लगता है जैसे देखते हो कोई बात नहीं है
अरे नहीं बताया
मेरे पापा
वो तीनों कब रहेगा वॉशरूम में नीचे है वॉशरूम
अबे कल के तो संडे के मैच पे जो हुआ ना स्पिनर ने जो गलती से रोहित को ये बाउंसर डाल दिया उसने
अरे
रोहित ने फुल शॉट मार दिया इधर
बाउंसर मारा है फुल टॉस
अरे नहीं वो बहुत बाउंसर ही था वो रोहित ने फुल शॉट मारा
ये लगा था इसमें कोई वो वॉइस क्रिकेटर थी तो रोहित ने बोल के रोहित ये ऑफ द बॉल लेके इधर मारा वाइड बॉल थी उसने ऐसे करके जो होता है वो इतना बॉल की बहुत सभी जैसे अरे वो तो मेरा फेवरेट शॉट है चलो लिखने लगे अरे लेकिन फुल शॉट वो वाला जब तक क्रिकेट बॉल में तो स्लॉट्स वो आटला मैं तो शॉर्ट बॉल ऐसा जो